Hey guys, welcome back to Me Watch the Movie. I'm Mike. Jay is at work, so I'm going to talk about this because I want to get it out before I go on taking a little weekend trip with the family. So I'm trying to get stuff in order, but I do want to talk about this before I go. But fear not, we are going to do a full video on this subject early in the week, next week. I'm sure some more stuff's going to trickle out, and we'll talk about it, and then Jay and I are going to break it down in a full-on video. So whether this is a podcast or video you're listening to this on, stay tuned. We're definitely going to have a full-on video about this with Jay. But I just wanted to talk about it as it came out today. There's some stuff I really wanted to get off my chest so that I can enjoy my weekend. That might sound nerdy to some people, but, you know, fuck it, whatever. So there was a Halloween test screening last night. Now, before I get into I've been talking to some people. They've been telling me some things. Some stuff is leaked online, whatever. But before I get into the podcast, let me let you know right now that you are safe from any major spoilers. I'm not going to contribute to that. I think that sucks. I'm not going to talk about specific deaths or specific things. I'm not going to spoil the movie at all. For nothing I deem would be a spoiler is going to be in this podcast or any of our videos. I think that sucks when that happens, because even if you tell two people and they tell two people and so on and so forth, what ends up happening is, with a movie that's still not coming out until fucking October, that two people, it's going to be common knowledge. It's going to take, maybe you don't tell anybody, you tell one person, but eventually someone's going to post that shit on Reddit. Like, I had a major plot point spoiled for me on Reddit today. And, you know, it's just going to be common knowledge, and it's going to ruin the film. And if the producers of the film get wind that a major plot point has been released to people, they may go and change something about that, because they might figure that the shock value is not going to be there, whatever. They have to make a change. It could affect the film negatively, and it will definitely affect certain people who don't. And I understand some people want spoilers and they're fine with it, but there's a lot of people that really, really, really don't. So out of respect to those people, and out of respect for Halloween, and out of respect to the people putting this movie together, and the studios and all that people, we're going to try not to spoil anything for anybody. That being said, and the people who I talk to are really, really good about not being disrespectful to me. Anything I've had anything I've had spoiled for me so far has not been from talking one-on-one with people. They've been really good about it because they know I don't want to be spoiled. And this is what I'm hearing about this movie. There's so much fun stuff to talk about without actually going into spoiler territory, that it's perfect for everybody. Like, my curiosity is fulfilled from what I know right now. I don't need to know any more than I already know. I feel great about what I'm hearing, and it's going to be awesome. And that's the only thing I'm going to share with you guys. The people I've talked to didn't even go against necessarily their NDA or whatever that I'm sure they signed to be at the screening, because they were very vague with just general thoughts about the film. But it's still really, really exciting, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. So if you don't want to know absolutely anything, if you don't even want one person's opinion on how it goes, then go ahead and click off now. I don't want to ruin that for you. I know some people aren't even going to watch the trailers when they come out. So totally get it. If you want to click off now, do that. But I'm going to be really careful not to give away anything. So avoid Reddit is the first thing I'm going to say. And you don't even have to avoid it that much, because even the post that I saw was like, hey, there's a giant spoiler here. And I'm an idiot, and I clicked on it, and I shouldn't have done that. They still shouldn't have posted it there because it was a major spoiler, but yeah, there's one big thing that's floating around out there right now. But first thing I'm hearing about the movie is that Halloween Kills is fucking rad as shit. That it's amazing. That detractors of Halloween 2018 and the things they didn't like about that movie have been fixed here. You know that we loved Halloween 2018. But we also know it had some flaws. But we're just really happy they got Michael Myers right, because that's the most important thing. The mask looks amazing. Michael moves amazing. The kills were great. Sure, there's little stuff here and there, sure. But apparently they even fixed that stuff. One of the first things we'll talk about, the humor. A lot of people didn't like the humor in 2018. Apparently there's also humor in this film, but it's just in way smarter spots. It's in spots that aren't they don't break the tension of the movie whatsoever, and they're not by any of the main characters in main moments. Apparently, there's none of the big characters that are in the most heat during this movie are cracking jokes at any time. The jokes are in more appropriate places. There's no peanut butter on my penises, which I don't even mind that joke. I thought it was funny. But, you know, dick jokes are kind of my thing. But another big, huge thing is the gore and the amount of kills. Now, I'm not going to give the exact number that I heard, but it's somewhere around my fucking age, man. Like, and that's not I'm not being specific at all. It's a huge fucking number. Apparently, there is a lot of death. I mean, this has basically been talked about by some of the people in the movie. They're just like, you know, oh my god, it's crazy. It's wild. And from what I'm hearing, it's even more crazy and wild than you would expect. That it's up there with any entry in the franchise as far as body counts, death, score, and all that shit. Apparently it's fucking nuts. So that's really exciting to hear. And because of who's directing the movie, I know that it's not going to be in the special effects team involved. Depending on how you feel about the Rob Zombie movies, I know that some think some of the moments in H2 were too much. You know, the zooming in on her cracked fingers and all that shit like that. I personally, based on who's involved here, don't think that that'll be an issue. I trust David Gordon Green is not a shock value kind of guy. You know what I mean? Christopher Nelson, his effects team, did a fucking fantastic job. And I don't know if you can call it classy gore. I don't know if that's something you can even say, but that's kind of how the last movie was. Like, it was shocking and it was scary. That dude with the jaw on the table, my God. Some of that stuff you just wish that you got to see on screen. And apparently, almost everything's on screen this time around, which is going to be amazing. Holy fuck shits, that's exciting to hear. Another thing is that apparently the movie's surprisingly emotional. Apparently there were actual tears happening at some points for some people. And apparently the characters are all written really well. And there's certain characters that people really didn't like in the first film that become stars of the show in this film. Some of the new characters, Kylie Richards, some real surprises with the new characters. Apparently every single character has a moment. Every single character feels important. Even characters you didn't like in Halloween 2018 feel important and non-assholic this time around. And they are really, just really, really well done. And that what they've gone through, their fear, their pain, all of that is very, very real and very, very felt. And the audience all connected with every single person just about in the film. Every single character. Apparently it's surprisingly emotional. And the first thing that I worry about when someone says that, okay, well, what about the pacing? If we're going to do a lot of dialogue, there's even apparently a really heavy dialogue scene that's not from one of the main characters you'd expect it to be from. And it's really well done. That would scare me about pacing, though. I start to think, oh, shit, well, if there's this much dialogue and you're bringing in all these new characters from Halloween 78, how much time is that going to take away from the plot moving forward? How much is that going to take away from the scares, from the horror? And apparently it doesn't at all. One of the main things coming out of the group was that the movie's paced extremely well. That it moves perfectly. Apparently there was no complaints about how the movie was paced, any of that stuff, which is amazing to hear. Honestly, not a single negative thing. And I realize that there's some people out there that didn't like Halloween 2018 are like, nah, I don't care what you say. I'm not getting my hopes up. And that's fine. You know, I find it best to go into a movie with low expectations because that heightens your chance of enjoying the film. It just does. Letdowns are a huge bitch. And hype is a huge bitch. And, you know, that could really hurt a film. So if you don't want to get excited about the film and you want to go in saying it sucks, you can do that. But I've not heard a single goddamn negative thing about this movie. I mean, not a single one. From a couple people that I've talked to, from anything I've seen online. I'm trying to think of here if there's anything else that I really wanted to get out there. Just really, really fun shit, man. Like, I can't imagine a situation or a scenario where I was hearing stuff that made me more excited than what I'm hearing. Everything, even the shit I didn't want to know that I got spoiled for me, is so cool. I mean, it sounds so awesome. And again, this is a test screening, so there's a chance that they're going to go back and they're going to change things. But also from what I'm hearing, and you can take this however you want to take it, I don't care. But from what I'm hearing, that's unlikely. It's very unlikely that anything's going to change from here out. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? What else? There's so many things I just won't go into specifics on because it would just, I feel like it would just ruin stuff. It would be too spoilery to talk about. Some of the things that I can't really say that. There's so many things that people wanted out of 2018 that they're going to get in this movie. That it's really, really cool. Apparently the cinematography, the connections to the first film are apparently done just shockingly well. I'll put it that way. Apparently the sequences that people expected are fucking fire. And they're insanely awesome. What else is there? Sorry, I know there's a lot of uhs and whatever. I just want to make sure I get through everything here because there was just so much fun shit to unpack in this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the script that came out is definitely fake. It's not even close. Not even close, by the way, to what I'm hearing happens in this movie. Apparently, the ending was super satisfying. Everything was just amazing. So yeah, I mean that's it. That's basically the whole thing. The most important thing to me that I'm hearing here is that the movie's just fucking crazy wild. It sounds like they actually, not to say that they were in 2018's film or not, but it sounds like they were actually willing to step away from the formula a little bit and get a little fucking nuts, like Batman in 1989. You want to get nuts? Let's get fucking nuts. Sounds like they're doing a little bit of that here. The Halloween on acid is something that's come up multiple times from multiple different people. And obviously you don't want to go too crazy with that. You don't want some weird natural born killer shit happening. But that, including the body count numbers that I'm hearing, this movie's, it's going to take some risks. You know, it's going to do some crazy shit. But apparently from the people that have seen it are loving it so far. And this is a small number of people. You take this however you want to take it. I'm not saying that this is gold. I'm not saying that this is fact. This is not written in stone. You know, I wouldn't put this in the headline of, you know, the fucking NY Times or whatever newspaper. Like, Halloween's great. It's a fact. But just awesome, exciting things. I just want to be excited, man. Like, I want to look forward to it. I want the movie to be fucking awesome, and I want to just have a smile on my face, and I want to anticipate it. And if I'm let down, I'm let down. You know, whatever. But I just want to have fun and have a fun fucking ride being excited for this movie. So if that's you, hopefully you're as excited as I am from what I'm hearing. And, you know, give us your comments down below. How do you guys feel? This was a spur-of-the-moment thing that I just wanted to get out there. Me and Jay will unpack this and go into far more detail. Not on spoilers and stuff, but just on how we feel and all the stuff that's coming out. But do me a favor, guys. Do Halloween a favor. And, you know, if you do find out something, just try not to spread it. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. And I don't want to preach to anybody and tell you what to do. But I just think it's best for the movie. It's best for the fans if we just don't ruin it for everybody. You know, that's just kind of my take on it. But we love your fucking faces. And we will see you guys soon.
What are you going to do on October 31st?
What are you gonna do on October 31st?
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you wanna know about the darkness?
I said, goddamn.
Goddamn you, faggot!
I said, goddamn.
A lot of people don't know the darkness that goes inside their hearts.
I said, goddamn.
Goddamn you, Michael! What are you gonna do on October 31st?